Let's get weird into it. Number 3. The thrill of almost winning. There is nothing more psychologically potent in a casino than the near miss. You're at a slot machine. The first 2 symbols line up for the jackpot. The third reel spins and stops. Just one position away. A groan of frustration. You were so close. And in that moment, the casino has you exactly where it wants you. Your brain doesn't process a near miss as a loss. It processes it as an almost win. Neuroscientifically, the dopamine response to a near miss is shockingly similar to the response to an actual win. It gives you a jolt of excitement and anticipation, fooling your brain into thinking a victory is imminent. This is what keeps people pulling the lever. It's not the rare, occasional win. It's the constant, tantalizing feeling that you almost got it. Modern slot machines are programmed to exploit this cognitive loophole. They are designed to have a much higher frequency of near misses than would occur by pure chance. The machine is deliberately showing you jackpot symbols right above or below the pay line, teasing you with what could have been. It's a finely tuned system for generating frustration and hope in equal measure. This effect creates a powerful cognitive distortion. You start to believe you're due for a win. You think, I can't stop now, I'm so close. But the reality is, every spin is an independent event. The machine isn't getting warmer. It's just dangling a carrot on a stick that's programmed to stay just out of reach. It's the most addictive form of failure ever invented. Number 10. The intentional maze. You ever walk into a supermarket for a single carton of milk and emerge 45 minutes later, blinking in the sunlight, with a cart full of artisan cheese, a questionable brand of energy drink, and a vague sense of shame? You weren't weak. You were a victim of architecture. This phenomenon is sometimes called the Gruen transfer, named after the guy who designed the first indoor shopping mall, and then, ironically, grew to hate his own creation when he saw how it was used. The original idea was to create a pleasant, town square-like experience. The corporate version became a masterclass in getting you beautifully, efficiently lost. Supermarkets and casinos are designed like labyrinths for a very simple reason. The longer you're in, the more you spend. The aisles are laid out in a deliberately confusing grid. The most essential items, milk, bread, eggs, are almost always shoved in the far back corner of the store, forcing you to embark on a hero's journey past thousands of other products. You didn't come here for gluten-free quinoa puffs, but by the time you reach the dairy section, you've passed them 4 times, and your brain starts to wonder, maybe I'm a quinoa puff person now? Casinos do the exact same thing, but with a velvet rope and more desperation. The floor plans are chaotic, with winding paths, no straight lines to the exit, and visual landmarks that lead you deeper into the gambling floor, not out of it. The bathrooms are hidden. The cash-out cage is tucked away in a corner you can't see from the slot machines. It's all designed to disrupt your sense of direction and purpose. You entered with a clear goal, but after a few minutes of wandering, your mission becomes less, cash this $20 chip, and more, discover the lost city of El Dorado, which is probably somewhere past the Keno Lounge. Number 9. The time void. Look around the next time you're in a casino. What's missing? Besides natural light and a sense of fiscal responsibility, you won't find any clocks or windows. You have been cordially invited to enter a pocket dimension where time is a suggestion, not a rule. This is one of the oldest and most effective tricks in the book. By removing any external cues about the time of day, the sun rising, the sun setting, the world continuing to spin on its axis, they create a hermetically sealed environment. Inside the casino, it's always playtime. Is it 3 p.m. or 3 a.m.? Who knows? The lights are the same, the sounds are the same. The free cocktail in your hand is the same. This temporal disorientation makes you lose track of how long you've been there. An hour melts into 3. 3 hours melt into an entire evening you were supposed to spend doing literally anything else. Your brain relies on environmental cues to regulate its internal clock. When those cues are gone, you're essentially floating in a sea of perpetual, neon-lit twilight. It encourages a state of flow, or even dissociation, where the only thing that matters is the spin of the wheel, or the turn of the card. You're not thinking about your dinner plans, your early morning meeting, or the fact that your dog probably needs to be let out. Supermarkets do a softer, more socially acceptable version of this. They often have very few windows, and the lighting is consistently bright and artificial, regardless of the time of day. It's not as aggressive as a casino, but it serves a similar purpose, to make the outside world fade away, leaving you alone with your thoughts. And your thoughts, surrounded by $50,000 of products, tend to be things like, do I need more salsa? I think I need more salsa. Basically, they're creating a space where the only reality is the building you're in, and in that reality, buying things is your primary function. Number 8. The produce section. Guilt wash. Walk into almost any major grocery store, and what's the first thing you see? A beautiful, vibrant, glistening paradise of fresh fruits and vegetables. The air smells clean, maybe a little earthy. Misters periodically spray the lettuce, making it look like it was just plucked from a fairy's garden. It all feels so healthy. And that's the point. This isn't an accident. They're not putting the produce at the front because it's fragile. They're putting it there to manipulate your future self. By having you start your shopping trip in the healthiest section, you're more likely to feel virtuous. You load up your cart with kale, avocados, and a responsible number of apples. Look at you. You're a pillar of health. You're basically a wellness guru. And what does this newfound sense of virtue grant you? A psychological license to make poorer decisions later on. As you push your cart, now decorated with the trophies of your good intentions, you venture into the more treacherous territories of the store. The snack aisle. The frozen pizza section. The glorious beige-colored world of processed carbohydrates. Your brain, still riding high on the broccoli you bought, whispers, "You've been so good. You deserve a treat." One box of family-size cookies won't undo the 10 pounds of spinach in the cart. It's a classic moral licensing effect. By performing a good action first, we subconsciously give ourselves permission to perform a bad one later. The grocery store is just setting up the pins. You're the one who willingly bowls a strike right into the Oreos. Number 7. Monopoly money for adults. Let's talk about casino chips. They're colorful. They're heavy. They make a satisfying clinking sound. They feel fun. And that's precisely why they're so dangerous. They're a masterstroke of psychological abstraction. When you hand a cashier a crisp $100 bill, you feel it. That's rent money. That's a week's worth of groceries. It has a tangible, real-world value. But when you slide that same $100 bill across a counter and get back 4 green plastic discs, your brain immediately recategorizes the transaction. You're not betting money anymore. You're playing a game. This process is called disassociation of value. The chips sever the direct connection to the cash you earned. They become mere game pieces, units of fun. It's much easier to push a stack of red chips into the middle of a poker table than it is to push a pile of $5 bills. One feels like a strategic move in a game. The other feels like you're setting your wallet on fire. Casinos exploit this brilliantly. They even use different colors and designs to further distance the chips from their monetary value. The system is designed to make you think less about what you're losing, and more about the mechanics of the game you're playing. You're focused on the numbers, the colors, the thrill, not the accumulating debt. The same principle applies to credit cards and digital payments in supermarkets. Swiping a plastic card or tapping your phone is a psychologically smoother, less painful experience than counting out physical cash. The number on the screen is abstract. The cash in your hand is real. The less you feel the transaction, the more you're likely to spend. It's why your quick trip for milk can turn into a $150 transaction without you even flinching. Until you check your bank statement later. Number 6. The cart of unrealistic expectations. The modern shopping cart is a marvel of engineering. It's also a psychological weapon. Have you noticed how massive they've gotten over the years? They're practically the size of a small car. You could comfortably fit a grown adult in one, though security would probably have some questions. The reason for their size is simple. A large, empty space creates a subconscious desire to fill it. When you grab one of these colossal carts and place a single bottle of ketchup inside, it looks pathetic. It looks lonely. Your brain interprets the vast, empty expanse of chrome wiring as a task left unfinished. You feel like you haven't bought enough. Researchers have found that simply doubling the size of a shopping cart can lead to people buying up to 40% more. It's a trick of perception. You're not consciously thinking, "I must fill this metal cavern." But your brain, which loves completing tasks and hates seeing things unfinished, gently nudges you to add more items. A half-empty cart feels like a failure. A full one feels like a success. A bounty you've gathered for your family. It's the same reason we tend to eat everything on our plate, regardless of how hungry we are. The size of the container dictates our perception of a normal amount. By giving you a gigantic cart, the supermarket is non-verbally telling you that a normal amount of shopping involves filling that entire space. So you toss in an extra bag of chips, a value pack of paper towels you don't need yet, and that weird flavored soda that was on sale, all in service of making your cart look a little less empty, and your wallet a lot more so. Number 5. The soundtrack to spending. Close your eyes and listen. In a supermarket, you'll likely hear slow, gentle, inoffensive music, the kind of stuff you'd hear in a dentist's waiting room. It's boring on purpose. Studies have shown that slow-tempo music causes people to move more slowly. And when you move more slowly through a store, you browse more. When you browse more, you buy more. That easy listening garbage is a tranquilizer dart, designed to lower your heart rate and make you linger in the cereal aisle for just a few extra minutes, giving that new brand of Frosted Flakes time to work its magic on you. Now switch environments. In a casino, the soundscape is the exact opposite. It's a chaotic symphony of stimulation. It's not one single song. It's 100 different sounds all happening at once. The constant jingle-jangle of slot machines paying out small wins. The bells, the whistles, the electronic fanfares, the cheers of a crowd at a craps table. This cacophony is meticulously engineered to create an atmosphere of constant winning. You almost never hear the sound of a slot machine taking money. You only hear the sounds of it paying out. This creates a powerful auditory illusion that everyone around you is winning, all the time. Your brain, susceptible to social proof, thinks, if they're all winning, my turn must be next. It triggers a rush of dopamine and a sense of FOMO, fear of missing out, that keeps you glued to your seat, feeding more money into the machine. It's an orchestra where every instrument is playing a song called You Could Be Next. Number 4. The Essentials Hostage Crisis. You need milk. Just milk. That's your mission. You stride into the supermarket with the confidence of a secret agent. But the store has other plans. The milk, along with its partners in crime, bread and eggs, is being held captive in the deepest, darkest corner of the building. To rescue it, you must navigate a treacherous landscape of temptation. This is arguably the most famous layout trick in retail. By placing the most commonly purchased items, the destination items, as far from the entrance as possible, the store guarantees that you will walk past the maximum number of other products. It's a forced march through their entire marketing plan. On your quest for dairy, you'll be ambushed by the snack aisle. You'll have to sidestep a promotional display of imported cookies. The siren song of the bakery, with its wafting smells of fresh bread, will try to lure you off course. Every aisle you pass is another chance for the store to sell you something you didn't know you needed. It's a brilliant, if slightly evil, strategy. The store knows your weaknesses. It knows that while your conscious mind is focused on milk, 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 your subconscious is scanning thousands of colorful packages, prices, and sale signs. By the time you finally reach the refrigerated sanctuary of the dairy aisle, your cart has mysteriously accumulated a bag of tortilla chips, a jar of salsa, and a box of cereal that promises to be part of a complete breakfast. You came in for one thing, but you were forced to run the gauntlet. And the gauntlet always wins. Number 2. The final boss of impulse. You've done it. You've navigated the labyrinth, resisted the siren song of the snack aisle, and secured your groceries. You're tired. Your decision-making energy is depleted. You head for the checkout, ready for freedom. But there's one last trial, the checkout aisle gauntlet. This narrow corridor is a masterpiece of psychological warfare, designed to capitalize on you at your absolute weakest. You're a captive audience, standing in line, with nothing to do but stare at the shelves flanking you. And what are those shelves stocked with? Not broccoli. They are stocked with low-cost, high-margin, pure impulse items. Candy bars, chewing gum, soda, trashy magazines, batteries, lip balm. This is no accident. After a long shopping trip, you're suffering from what psychologists call decision fatigue. You've spent the last hour making hundreds of micro-decisions. Which brand of pasta? Which type of apple? Paper or plastic? Your willpower is a finite resource, and by now it's running on fumes. You're tired, you're probably hungry, and your kids are starting to whine. At that exact moment, a chocolate bar looks less like a snack and more like a well-deserved reward for surviving the ordeal. A cold soda seems like a righteous indulgence. The store knows this. They are banking on your exhausted brain to give in to one last, easy yes. It's the final, desperate cash grab before you escape back into the real world, and it is brutally effective. Number 1. The comfort trap. What do a Las Vegas casino and your local supermarket ultimately have in common? Their most powerful psychological trick is the one you don't even notice. They are both designed to make you feel comfortable. So comfortable, in fact, that you forget you're in a commercial environment designed to extract money from you. Think about the sensory experience. Casinos often have low, warm lighting, plush carpets to absorb sound, and a constant low-level hum of activity that is stimulating but not jarring. There are no sharp corners. The ceilings are often low to create a sense of intimacy and security, almost like a womb. Some have even been rumored to pump oxygen or pleasant, calming scents into the air to keep patrons feeling relaxed and alert. The goal is to lower your guard, to make you feel so safe and cozy that you lose your sense of risk. Supermarkets do it too, just in a different way. The smell of rotisserie chicken or freshly baked bread isn't just a happy accident from the deli. It's often vented throughout the store to trigger feelings of home, comfort, and hunger. The wide aisles, bright but not harsh, lighting, and carefully organized shelves create a sense of order and abundance. It feels safe. It feels provided for. This is the ultimate illusion. By creating an environment that feels like anything but a place of commerce, they dismantle our natural skepticism. We let our guard down. We linger. We feel happy and relaxed. And in that state of comfortable complacency, we are far more likely to open our wallets. The most effective trap isn't one that feels scary and dangerous. It's the one that feels like home. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.